completely volunteer-run nonprofit organization. We were established in 1971, and we have about 24 running events every year. And the biggest one is the Rocket City Marathon Race Weekend, which we're talking about today. So the Rocket City Marathon has been a fixture in North Alabama since 1977. We've since expanded it to include the 5K and 10K on Saturday, and 2 half marathons that showcase the front and back halves of the marathon course on Sunday to create a whole race weekend experience for our runners. The marathon course highlights our beautiful city, featuring historic downtown Huntsville, and it runs through the Space and Rocket Center and Botanical Gardens and finishes here in the South Hall at the Von Braun Center. Rocket City Race Weekend is our largest event that the track club puts on, and this year it's going to be bigger than ever. Last year in 2023, we had 3,082 registered athletes, and so far this year we have 3,750 athletes. And registration will stay open until we reach our cap of 4,000 participants. So if you haven't registered, you can go ahead and register today. And so far we have 45 states and 6 countries represented among our registered athletes. And the split between male and female is 51% male athletes and 49% female athletes. So we've got a pretty even split, which is nice. And the momentum behind this year's race has been just unbelievable. We've had just a really great year so far, and we're thrilled that 2024 is going to be our biggest event yet. So we're just counting down the days till race weekend, and we're going to keep this momentum going until the finish line. So thank you all for joining us here. And next we'd like to bring up Mark Russell from the Huntsville Sports Commission.
Thank you. On behalf of our sports tourism team, the Convention and Visitors Bureau, the Von Braun Center, DHI, the city's Parks and Rec, and of course the Huntsville Sports Commission, we're excited to be a part of the Rocket City Marathon. For years, the marathon has been a significant sporting event in Huntsville, and this year is no exception. The race is very important to the city of Huntsville as it will generate over $1 million of economic impact to our community. Athletes and their families will be staying in our hotels, eating in our restaurants, enjoying all the things to do in Huntsville, including the awesome Tinsel Trail that they'll finish through as they come through Big Spring Park. We pride ourselves in making our events a great experience for the athletes, coaches, fans, and officials. If you see a visitor this week and next week, please welcome them and thank them for coming to Huntsville. We run fast here.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Eric Fritz. I'm I guess I've become the old guy in the club now. Somewhere that happened along the way. But I'm with the track club. I'm the past president, past officer on the board now. And I just help out any way I can. I wanted to just talk about the Rocket City Marathon a little bit. This is a community event that we could not do without the annual support of, most importantly, the city of Huntsville. John Hamilton and Tommy Battle have been instrumental in helping us make this happen. It's been a long road. We came to them in 2014 to discuss changing things with the course to go all through town, and they have definitely helped us along the way. The Space and Rocket Center and the Huntsville Botanical Gardens are so good to us to let us run through their properties and show them off. We hope that they get lots of compliments coming through. And of course, the Huntsville Police Department and HEMC keep us all safe out there. They've been great to work with over the years. Our sponsors as well. We have so many sponsors that it's really kind of difficult to mention them all, but we do appreciate all of them, from those that probably go unsung and don't even get mentioned, like United Rentals, who help us with the equipment build of our finish line arch. And to the other local ones like Fleet Feet Sports, who are sponsoring our expo this year. We can't thank them enough, but they're a huge part of the race. We also have definitely some big sponsors. We love the Huntsville Sports Commission. They've been great to us. They really help us put this on. Mission-driven research has also stepped up in the past few years to help us keep things afloat, as well as SportsMed, who supports the event and also helps fix us after we run too far. Lastly, I'd like to thank all our volunteers, whom with none of this could be possible. As Mika mentioned, we are an all-volunteer organization, and we're here to support running in North Alabama, and being an all-volunteer organization is a challenge. I'm sure any of you have worked in a volunteer world know this, but we couldn't do it without the amazing volunteers that we get for this race. It takes over 500 volunteers to put on this event, and we are definitely still out there looking for volunteers. So if you're looking to join us in a couple of weeks on the weekend, you want to join in the fun, we'd love for you to register to run or to volunteer. Just go to rocketcitymarathon.run is the website, and on there's a link for either registering or volunteering. Huntsville's been growing a lot, and so is our marathon. We're happy to share our city with the runners from around the world. 30% of our runners this year are repeat participants, and we feel that's a direct tribute to the hospitality of our town. People love to come to Huntsville, and we love to host them. So, who's after me? Questions and answers? I'm the end. Okay, well, I thank you all for coming. If anyone has any questions, I will do my best and call amongst the crowd for support if need be. But I don't know if there's any questions from the press. I know Bob's probably always got a question. You know, that is one thing we were discussing this morning. Is we do have, I believe Josh Whitehead is coming back, but we don't solicit elites like we used to. We've discussed bringing that back, but over the past few years, we've decided to not solicit the elites and cater to them. There's definitely been there's upsides and downsides. It's definitely good for I think for the city and the press and things like that to bring in some big names. Previous thinking was that it doesn't really benefit the 4,000 people that we're hoping to get here to come to the town, because they never see them because they're so far out front. But so we haven't really tracked how our fast people as well as we should this year. But we can get you some names. I was going to discuss that with our timing crew and see if they can help us with who some of the fast people are, and maybe get a list of names over to you. Go right ahead. You're no stranger to a microphone.
I'm used to it. And I'm Bob Labby with the Madison Record newspaper. Been in the media business here in Huntsville for 52 years. I'm the only reporter that I know of that have just covered every one of these marathons since the beginning. And it's been through radio, television, and print. But anyway, the story she wanted me to talk about is an article that I wrote that will run next week in the Madison Record newspaper and will also be on the Madison Record website. As a father and son from Cincinnati, they come down to, this would be the son's third marathon, I believe, and he suffers from cystic fibrosis. At times he can barely breathe. At times he has to have an inhaler. He's been treated for this many, many years. He actually has a brother who also suffers from cystic fibrosis, so it's a gene within the family. So they're coming here. They're excited. They've never been to Huntsville. They've heard a lot about the marathon. And one thing that they were looking forward to, I know Eric mentioned it, is the Southern hospitality. They've heard a lot about it. And as I was speaking with them, I reassured them that the Southern hospitality is like no other race they're going to attend. They've both run in the Kentucky Marathon and the one in Maine, and this will be the third for the son. As for the dad, he's experienced. He has like over 100 marathons under his belt, so he's been a long-time runner. So I'm also hoping to get another story from the folks from the marathon about a gentleman in Madison who has an issue that he wants to tell everybody about. So anyways, is that what you wanted? Yeah. So for the other media folks, trust me, there are thousands of great stories to write about, to have on television, to have on radio. All you have to do is ask. And the folks in the marathon have always been extremely kind to me through the years. I can't thank them enough for the folks who are no longer with the track club, no longer with the marathon. They've really gone out of their way to help me throughout the years. So anything else? Okay.
Are there any other questions or any other topics we want to discuss? Well, I want to thank everybody for coming out. I appreciate it. We're really looking forward to a great weekend. There's the race swag is laid out here up on the table in front. You can see the massively sized medal.